But yeah, dude, before it would take me like half an hour to set up something like this. And now it's like, forget about it. I can do it in 5 minutes.
Yo, you are the podcast master. For real.
I'm a humble servant of the podcasting gods. That's what it is. But guys, we're live from Factory Productions, BC Music. We got the king over here. King Lex.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Lex, your boy.
So I was in this building for 3 years, and I never was able to convince him to do a podcast with me. And I finally, I had to come back like Batman and get him on this thing.
I'm so glad you came back, Marv, because you're the dopest of the dopest. And I love you, bro. I'm so glad we're chilling today.
I had a tear the day you came by Marv in the morning the first time. I was like, dang, that's King Lex, my guy.
I see you out there, man. I'll be watching you.
So people that don't know Lex, he's a musician. He's a videographer. He's a savant, I feel like. He's a gamer. He's a dungeon master almost. Like describe Factory Productions, bro.
Well, you know, man. I do what I do, baby.
Actually, that's a perfect description of it too, man. Because Lex really does it all. So, for hindsight, for people that don't know, I was in Patterson first with Juan. We were doing the podcasting thing. We got kicked off the island. We were looking for a place. Funny enough, I think it was Zenith that put Juan on this building.
Shout out to Zenith Star.
So dude told us about the building. We came over, we checked it out. And I think we just walked around and didn't see who we were supposed to talk to. We didn't have a number to call. We didn't have like a number to call or nothing, bro. So we just walked around. And I think we've only heard voices off of this door. It was this door right here. And I remember exactly how this room looked when we walked in, bro. But dude was sitting at the desk. Glenn, I think, was standing. I think you were sitting on a couch like this. I don't remember how the conversation went, but we just were looking for a space. But that's how I got here. How did you find this place?
Oh, man, this story goes back to 2010. 2010, yeah.
That's 12 years for hindsight, guys.
So 12 years ago, I was a young, strapping lad, a young MC. I was going under the moniker MC Lex.
MC Lex.
That was my alternative hip-hop artist days, back when SoundCloud first started. Yeah, I was one of the first SoundCloud artists. Well, maybe not one of the first, but I definitely put my mixtape out just for fun, really. I didn't really promote it. I just felt like I had a side of me I needed to express creatively, and it manifested into that mixtape. And that mixtape and the people that helped me put that mixtape together is what brought me here.
So wait, they recorded you here?
They recorded maybe like 2 songs here, but recorded some songs at other studios. Apartment, my old apartment at the time in Rutherford.
Who was it? Are they people that are still here? Was it
Nah. You see, Omar and Drex and them, they came later. But
I want the whole sauce, bro. I want everybody's origin story.
This was my boy Christian Acosta. Shout out to my boy Christian Acosta if you're out there and listening. He was going under the moniker Mill Keys at the time. He was a producer, and he made so many beats. This guy was like, he idolized Kanye West.
Yeah.
Which, a lot of us looked up to Kanye back then. You know, we were like, yo, this guy, the music was just so moving.
Yeah.
And my boy Milks, as we would call him Milks, because he was like very white Colombian kid.
Then, yeah.
He had that milk complexion.
Yeah.
So they called him Milks. And so Milks at the time, he was making so many beats. He was making like maybe 3-4 beats a day.
Damn.
Just like Kanye would make like 10 beats a day.
And where did you know him from?
And I met him through my godbrother, Christian Sanchez. Shout out to Christian Sanchez. Christian Anthony Sanchez. I know he likes his full name being said.
Yeah.
This dude, he was one of my boys back in school too. I went to public school number 2 in Patterson from kindergarten to 8th grade, and I met him there like somewhere in like 4th, 5th grade. He's a Peruvian, Italian cat, cool cat, hood cat. You know what I mean? And his whole thing was, he wanted to be a gangster rapper. He wanted to be a gangster, and I'm glad that he got to live out his dream, but at the same time, he also got to get out of it in time to start a life. You know what I mean? Like, he's a family man now.
That's good.
He's a businessman now. He takes care of his family, and not a lot of gangsters I know do that. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, did you make gangster rap too then? You was a gangster rapper?
I wouldn't say I was a gangster rapper. Definitely not. I was more of an alternative hip hop artist. I would rap about like feelings and shit.
Copy.
And
I've never heard your rap music.
Well, I got the mixtape out there if anybody wants to look it up. It's on SoundCloud.
I'm gonna look it up.
MCLEXXX. That's right.
You beat someone else with a punch.
Yeah. Oh man. It's crazy. I look up LEXXX and I see all these other guys, but I'm the originator.
Yeah.
To go with that route.
So music brought you here, bro. That's a beautiful thing.
Music brought me here. Definitely
brought you here. So what kept you here? Because I imagine at that point, did you get a space right away in here? Did you rent an office, or you or just coming back and forth?
I was originally a tenant here, and I paid my dues.
So
paid my
immediately
rent.
Though, or was it like that's important? Immediately, or did you like you were just traveling back and forth first?
During that time, I was working security for this company. I was looking after a college campus. I'm not going to disclose too much info on that end,
understandably.
But I was a top-ranking security officer and a night shift supervisor, and I paid attention to what was going on to the building around that time, and it was kind of madness back then. It was, some people would compare it to like the Wild Wild West. You know what I mean?
Nick Johnson, you remember Nick, right?
Yes.
He told me one time, he said, yo, without Lex, this building wouldn't be able to operate.
You know something? I really appreciate him for saying that.
He said that, yeah. He thinks highly of you, bro. He thinks highly of you.
I definitely did my part with trying to keep things in line and get a lot of the bad elements out and keep a lot of the good elements here. You know what I mean?
Walk me back in time, though, bro, because you became a tenant. How did you become, like, the guy, though? How did you, like, get in with Glenn, become, like, part of his family almost? Because, bro, I thought you and Glenn were, like, related. Like, as much as you guys hung out.
Well,
Rihanna, too. I thought all you guys were related because you guys had, like, a strong bond.
He's old school Italian.
Yeah.
He keeps his circle super small.
Yeah.
And I view him as a father figure.
And he views you like
a mentor. I will go to this guy to the end of the world for him, because I know he would do the same for me.
How did that happen though? Like, was it immediate, or like you guys automatically like?
No, everything takes time,
You were just hanging out with him a lot, or you asked him if he needed help with things?
Of course.
Gotcha.
And I definitely made my my availability and my skills known to him and available to him.
Yeah.
I told him, I will keep an eye out around my neighbors, all the people that shared the space, and make sure that we steer this ship in the right direction.
I've wondered that for years, bro. Like, how did Glenn get so cool with Lex? Like, you guys are from different worlds.
We are, but we share something, and I think that's our love for music is one, and our love for humanity. Like, the culture, everything is so important. A lot of people, they come to the music world for different reasons. Some want fame, some want fortune, some want glamour. It really depends on the artist, what they're trying to put out there. But the art itself, the freedom to be able to act this way and express yourself this way is so important in today's society. We shouldn't lose sight of it. And live music, and I cannot stress this enough, these people don't grow on trees.
Yeah.
Live musicians, drummers, guitar players, pianos players, they need a space where they can make noise.
That was Glenn's dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was his dream. because he was in a band. Actually, he's been involved with like very famous people in his
Oh
past.
yeah, definitely.
For anyone, I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but on the pod yet. But Glenn is, I guess he's the creator of Factory Productions, right?
He is the founder.
He's the founder,
the founding father.
Yeah.
He is the main chief. Shout out to Glenn.
He
Glenn
went out
DeVita.
and found investors to invest in this building so that he can create a space for artists, musicians to have a place to perform, to rehearse. Like, I don't think he credits himself enough because Glenn's a very humble guy.
He's a very humble man.
Very
And
humble.
I have the utmost respect for him.
He found my space, the new Bravery Studios. I would have been on the streets right now with the business if Glenn hadn't found that space in Garfield for us.
Shout out to Glenn DeVita.
Yeah.
The OG.
And the thing is, I feel bad because I gave Glenn hell. I used to complain about Glenn so much, and he still looked out for me on that part. He still looked out for me. So yeah,
well, you know, he sees something in you too, and I see the same thing. I see somebody who's driven by passion, and
thanks, man.
That's a rarity to see someone balls to the wall with what they want to do in their dreams, in pursuit of their dreams.
Yeah.
You keep it up, Marv. Don't ever stop.
Thanks, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I mean, I can't lie. Walking through here the first time, it felt like, bro, this is another world from outside, because Clifton is not known for the arts. Like, and I told you one time, yo, we should put a sign out, like make this known. And you were like, this is like the hidden treasure of Clifton.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you wanted to keep it that way. And I was like, I get it.
Yeah, we try to keep our network within the performing arts.
And within the family almost.
Definitely. We see people out there performing in these all these venues. You know, shout out to the venues that are still showcasing live artistry. And we try to cater more towards that end where we keep that spectrum alive, you know. These guys they need a spot where they can make noise.
Yeah.
Where the cops won't get called on them for banging on drums.
Yep.
You know, it's the only way they can effectively express themselves.
Dude, be honest with me. You used to get annoyed when I'm in here yelling like every night?
No. Bro, are you kidding?
It was always in the back of my mind, like, damn, I'm always complaining about when someone's making noise when I'm recording a pod, but I make so much noise in this building.
Nah, man, let me tell you, Marv, you were the first person, I would say, honestly. Like, some people would be like, oh, Joe Rogan got me into podcasting. You know what I mean? And in this situation, this is so different. You got me into podcasting. I didn't even know really what podcasting was until I heard you and saw you in the act. Yeah. I'm like, holy cannoli.
Yeah.
This guy right here. And that's why I always mention Robin Williams with you. You remind me so much of Good Morning Vietnam with that.
Yeah, you told me that. Those are big shoes to fill. You got to chill with that, bro.
Nah, but bro,
those are huge.
That's that energy, Because one day it'll be like dead quiet, and the next thing you know, good morning, villainy up, squad up.
I've gotten older, and my energy is draining a little bit. But when I was here, yeah, I was at my high point, bro.
Bend the knee.
I used to absorb like the sounds of all the bands playing. Like, I definitely, because I can't do it anymore. I can't yell like that anymore on the mic.
It's not easy.
I really used to absorb, like, bro, we just ran into like JT. All those bands playing, like banging at the top of as they can. I used to absorb that jazz, bro, and it really did like power me up. But forget about it. Now I'm in a quiet space, and like, no, I have the building to myself at night. I can't yell like that no more. I can't do it. It was you guys, bro. You guys powered me up.
Well, you know, it's like, yo, while in Rome.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And here, I felt like I could
make as much noise as you. Mm-hmm. No one, you're a judgment-free zone.
Yeah, no one ever complained about it. If anything, I felt like I was the one always complaining about jazz. But bro, you were the best, bro. Like, honestly, you had so much patience with me and so much. You cut me a lot of slack, bro. I don't even know if I was deserving of it.
You kidding? It's not like you're like you were never like a wild child, even though you were a wild child. You know what I'm saying? That's a
You
double
were
entendre.
shocked by that smack night day. You were like, "Yo, Marv, Marv, you play hard, bro." I forgot what you said to me. You were like, "You guys play rough." Like, here's the rock artist. Here's the telling me I play rough. That was a fun day too, bro.
But it's so refreshing to see lively spirit.
Yeah, man, I agree. Same thing with you, bro. When you were doing Zarenda, and we were hanging out in this guy's room, who like those nights when you guys were practicing and chilling on the east side. Yeah, man. Like those are great nights. Even you guys playing at Clash, I remember just being in the zone with you guys.
That was a whole chapter of my life, man.
Yeah.
It was the first time I was ever able to transition from alternative hip hop to live reggae.
Yeah.
Or live. I called it alternative reggae because it was definitely it wasn't quite ska, wasn't quite reggae.
And you guys weren't wearing fedoras.
It wasn't roots. It wasn't roots reggae. I like to call it Jersey reggae. You know, like it had that reggae vibe to it. That. But you know, we write songs as artists. We write songs because we need to express moments.
Yeah.
And chilling on the east side was definitely a moment inspired by this place.
Yeah.
And all the music and magic happening here.
X-Man damn loved you, bro.
Dude, you kidding?
He loved you, bro. I try to keep up with him as much as possible.
Where is my dude right now?
He moved upstate New York.
I heard he's getting married.
Oh, I don't know about that. I gotta ask him. It's been a little minute since I've spoken to him.
Damn, it's been a minute.
Yeah, but he loved you, bro. That day we made that Bend the Knee song, he loved that stuff, bro.
And yeah, so many good times, man.
And it's funny because I finally spoke to Juan today for the first time on Instagram.
How's he doing?
I don't know. Because it was his birthday. I just said, "Happy birthday, bro." I said, "I love you more than you know, bro." And he just said, "Thanks, fam." And that was it. But that was the first communication I've had with him since here, bro. Since here. I haven't seen him or spoken to him since we were here. On this floor, in this room. I still remember the day he said, "Yo, I'm done with this, bro. This is my last day." It was in this same room. And I was like, yeah, I kind of saw it coming, bro. How much of Juan do you remember? Like,
all right, when I think of Juan, and Juan, if you're listening, no disrespect, you know, I got mad love for you, bro.
He liked you overall.
I thought he was a cool dude. I still think he's a cool dude. You know, he's that Ultra Hill gang commentator. Wrestling fanatic who also wrestles and raps. Bro, you kidding? Like,
he came up with the name King Lex. That was him.
Really?
That was him.
Yo, shout out to Juan, bro.
He said that the day we moved here, the cable guy came in and started the internet. And he knocked on your door. Bump, bump, bump. And you were like, you said it really mean. Like, yo, who the fuck is it? And then he was like, yo, it's Juan. It's Bravery Studios. And then your whole voice changed, like, "Oh, hey, what's up, bro?" And then when you opened your door, that was the first time he saw your room for the first time. And when he saw the neons, the gaming stuff, the posters, he was like, "Yo, that guy's the king, bro." And he was like, "That's King Lex."
I love aesthetics,
bro. After that day when he said that, I was like, "Yep, that's King Lex. We always called you that."
I really appreciate that. That name actually helps with my self-esteem, so I appreciate that.
You are the king, bro.
But sometimes, you know, you go to sleep, you got to put that crown down, you know what I mean? And then the thoughts come in.
Can say they have this, man. Like, yo, how many people can say they have this?
But you know, that's the thing, Marv. But materialistic stuff, it's like, it's good to...
I'm not even talking about the posters and the movies and the books, bro. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about factory production. I'm talking about you have built a community. How many tenants did you bring to this building?
Oof.
You personally.
Yeah, we're definitely like, I got to use both hands.
You brought a community here, bro. That's why Glenn made you the guy, bro. Because you brought people here. You brought a community. You bring bands. Yo. I know O and Drez got to be like, yo, I don't know if there would be BC music without Lex.
Those guys are definitely we've definitely helped each other come a long way, because
How
I
did you
wouldn't
meet
I
them?
wouldn't be so much into the live music game if it wasn't for Omar and Drex. They really schooled me into that.
How did you meet them? Here?
I met them here when I first got here, and I was renting out the old session master room. Before it
Yeah.
was a session master room, it was just my homie's room. He was a producer, Milks. He's making
That
beats
was
in
Milk's
there.
room?
Yeah, and he was recording. He was, I was chipping in. Obviously,
Yeah.
I had built a booth in there,
I remember you told me.
and I
The
recorded.
booth was gone by the time I got here.
Oh yeah. By that time, I already kind of like went through this. I went through this period where I looked at it and I'm like, I don't really need this.
Yeah, I never got to see it. You mentioned it to me a lot of times.
But everything moved on. From that point, meeting them got me into live music, and that's when I decided to take my songwriting and transition from writing hip hop lyrics to writing reggae lyrics.
Gotcha. How they doing? How's Drex? I haven't seen him in years. Since I moved from here, I haven't seen Drex.
Drex is doing good.
And O looks like he's doing good too.
He did drum tech for Ricky Martin at the Prudential Center just last week.
He just told me 5 minutes. No.
Shout out to
20 minutes
Ricky
ago.
Martin.
How's Jimmy, bro?
Jimmy's doing good. He's working with Omar at Boulevard Carroll.
I love Jimmy so much, bro.
He's a father now. He's a lot more responsible. Shout out to Jimmy for doing his thing.
I felt like I seen Jimmy grow up.
Exactly.
Jimmy had his wild boy days.
Oh, yeah.
He was going through it when he was here. And the day him and DX almost went at it, I didn't know what to do. Damn, man. I love Jimmy and I love DX. I don't know what to do in the situation. And DX was like, you better talk to your boy. And I talked to DX first. I was like, bro, you got to relax, bro. Because he came in here mad during a client during the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, DX, you can't come in raging when I have clients here, bro. Like, DX is my brother, bro. I love that man. He don't even know how much I love him. He knows I love him, but he don't know how much.
DX, the great one.
The great one,
Are you
bro.
kidding? This is the fucking dude.
The great one. So, and I spoke to Jimmy the next day, and he apologized to me, but I was like, yo, you got to apologize to him, bro, because he's not going to hear it from me, and it's not going to make sense to him.
Yeah, Jimmy was going through a lot of emotions at that time.
Lots. But the thing is, that's crazy, is that he got over it.
Yeah.
He really grew up here. Jimmy really grew up here.
I would say this place definitely influenced him, because, when you got people like the Big O on your back, let me tell you, Omar Paradiddle, this man has traveled around the world drumming. He is a world-class drummer.
Yeah.
And when he tells you he wants something a certain way, or he wants you to shape up in a certain way so that you can be better for yourself, like, you gotta listen. You know what I'm saying?
I think O is the only man I'm scared of.
He's such a great motivating force. I'm glad and honored to call him one of my best friends and one of my brothers in this, because we've definitely grown a lot since the beginning.
I think O scooped me up one time, like, swiftly. He put one arm between my legs and one behind my neck and just scooped me.
Oh, he loves to wrestle.
And I was like, no person has ever picked me up so swiftly like that. I was fatter back then. I was like 200 pounds. No, I was way more than that.
You lost a lot of weight.
I was like 250, and he scooped me up like I was nothing. I was like, how'd you do that, bro? So I was like, I ain't messing with O, man.
Oh yeah,
Omar's a legend.
Omar's definitely a legend.
Drex is a legend. You're a legend, bro. Jimmy, like I said, I really feel like Jimmy grew up here, bro. He became a man here. I really believe it.
I don't. I believe he became a man when he looked into his daughter's eyes and realized that he's got to step up and do everything he can for
Amen,
this
bro.
life that he brought into the world. And children will do that to you, bro. It did it to Big O. Heck, it did it to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put something bigger than yourself out there, and I feel like that's the key to life, really, to really like enjoying yourself and feeling fulfilled. Not to make children, but to
Have responsibility.
to do something that you feel, or cater to something that you feel is bigger than just yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course, you always got to self-care and take care of yourself too. If you can't operate, how can you take care of anything else? But to have like that feeling, that purpose, that there's something bigger that you have to help out with, or that you have to tend to, it's really gratifying. It's such a important thing.
Yeah, man. I agree. He had a kid. He stepped up. I did see less of him when that happened, and it's for a good reason, because he stepped up. Because I just wanted to hit him up to hang out, and he's like, "I can't, bro." And I was like, "I get it. I totally get it." And it definitely was a maturity moment here for sure. He definitely matured, because he was going through his stuff, and he was ripping and tearing through those hallways. And at some point, it just clicked. It just stopped. He just like said, "No, I can't do this anymore." And I respect Jimmy so much, bro. I got so much love for that guy.
Yeah, same here.
So much love for that guy. So much. And yo, bro, not for nothing. You go through your like transformations too, bro. Because
Oh yeah,
I've seen you go from like the friendliest person in the world to start finally putting your foot down and saying, "No, this can't go on anymore."
Yeah, man.
And I think it's all the betrayals you must have felt, and like people who were like you consider your friends to be like, "Nah, you guys got to cut this out."
Oh yeah, man. I remember somebody once told me, "Hey, Lex, man, I thought you were like king of the hooligans, and then you got rid of all the hooligans."
Yeah.
And I call that time and experience. Life happened. I realized that I had to change as a person in order to make things better on my outside. I had to do things on the inside.
You got to do things for yourself before you do for others.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were very, Lex, when I met you, bro, you were very much about helping others before you help yourself, bro. Very much, bro. And as the years went on, I saw you harden up and say, "Nah, we're not going to take this anymore." I've seen you do it. I respect it, bro. You became a businessman. Bro.
I call it the school of hard knocks, man. This shit, life has experiences, and experiences are always the greatest teachers. Yeah, I've been backstabbed. I've had people curse at me for no reason than their, ego or their own self-hatred or whatever, or their own fears. People fear what they don't understand, but I always try to keep true to myself, keep true to my purpose, and I let that guide me. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm only afraid of God.
Amen.
And that's it.
And I've had someone tell me, I'm going to point, I'm not going to say his name. He told me one time, I saw him somewhere outside the studio. I think I saw him at Clash, actually. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I kind of regret when I was over there, I had it the best." And honestly, he had one of the best spaces in here.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
He was like, "I had it the best." And we were in his room chilling like every night around that time. And he told me straight up, bro. He said, I want to go back, but I don't know how to apologize to him. And I was like, "Dude, just do it, bro." Because I was like, as hardened as he's become, I feel like he still has understanding. He had nowhere to rehearse after that.
Well, I felt like he was the greatest lesson to me personally, because of but I will say that if you have a friend and you see him spiraling with drug use, don't just sit idly by. Be a real friend and speak up and let him know that she has to change, because especially if you're in a band with that person.
That too.
If you're in a band with that person, you definitely want them at their best. You know what I mean?
At that point, you're doing business with them, and they're like your family, because bands are like families.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know, bro.
It's such a big commitment, and with bands, with one person being down, it brings the rest of the band down. Everybody should elevate everyone and try to encourage everyone
Every
to do
rock
good
and roll
and do
story.
better. You know, and drug use will only lead to addiction and eventually, you know, imprisonment or
Or betrayal.
altercations with the law.
As big as it is, mostly betrayal of like people who you care about.
Oh yeah, because now you got people that are counting on you to get through with what you got to do. You know, we're all trying to make music. We're all trying to make it somewhere in the world with our music. We're trying to get heard. But, you know, instead of coming to practice, you're all getting bombed.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, getting ready for the next show, you're coming late to the next show.
Yeah.
You're not even, you know, there's levels of commitment that definitely come with it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like, you know, you have to operate like a family if you really want to.
How did you pull it off, bro? Because not for nothing, you can be the most chill, coolest, down to earth person, but when it comes down to business, you start, especially with like bands. I see you. You're like, nah, we gotta get this done.
Well, you know,
Working around that you was getting it done, bro.
Working around, you know, I feel like being around the right people definitely helped. You have so many artists up here that are performing artists.
They motivated you too, right?
And they know all the spots. They know all the venues.
Yeah.
They know it's like, hey, sometimes they'll even approach you and they'll be like, hey, look, I'm playing at this night at this venue, but this band that I was going to play with dropped last minute. Do you want to perform? You know, something simple as that. And next thing you know, you have your shot to get in front of a big audience. And luckily for me, I knew someone, and you know, one of my best friends, you know her too, Alexa.
Alexa's the best.
Alexa Souls.
Yep.
She was doing all the booking for Clash Bar. You know, shout out to Bob Clash for holding that spot down.
That was his last name?
Yeah.
You're kidding me. I thought he was influenced by the band, the Clash.
I mean, you know.
Okay. I get it. That was just his moniker.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know Bob Clash as well as Alexa does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I know on Facebook he goes as Bob Clash.
Okay.
You know, he's definitely like the OG of that venue. You know, how do you bartend the spot and run the spot at the same time?
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole nother drive.
What did it, man? Was it the pandemic that shut it down?
Well, for Clash Bar itself, he sold the business right before the pandemic hit. Like maybe just a few months before the pandemic hit, he had sold it to someone. I forget what the dude's name is. And then he turned it into the Hideout Bar and Grill. And that tanked because he wasn't doing any events the way Bob was.
Bro, he must have bought it right before the pandemic even started. And in the heat of the pandemic, he was building it. Bad timing. Horrible timing.
Oh, yeah.
But we got to talk about that too, bro. Me and you were like two of the few people operating in the heat of that.
Yeah.
What did you go through?
Oh my God. It was, for me, it was like, you know, I'm over here trying to run a business, but, you know, they take away one leg and one arm. You know what I mean? You can't really run it the way you used to. All the amount of people that come, we had to stop Sunday service events. Remember we used to do Sunday service events?
Sunday service.
That was like the greatest. We would have opportunities for local bands to come together, play live for other people, among their peers and friends.
I used to come do photography. That was my photography practice.
It was. We called it Sunday service because it was almost like a spiritual type thing that we did on Sundays.
It definitely was.
They would come and just express themselves and just there was no judgment. It was good times. Yeah, but that came to an end. And we haven't done one since. We've thrown maybe like 2 events since, but they were more like private showcasings with very minimal number of people. like barely 10. You know what I mean?
Were you like worried about your health too?
Well, I monitor my health and I try to take care of myself. I try to eat right when I can. I'm in my mid-30s now, so I'm definitely feeling bad food when
You had
I
to
eat bad food.
interact. You had to interact with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And during the pandemic, what happened at that point where you're like,
I try to keep 6 feet. I didn't want to be totally afraid of people, but I did develop a certain level of antisocialness because, I can't even remember when's the last time I went to an event. I'm trying
I don't
really
remember
hard.
you ever talking to me during that whole period of time because I was here still.
Mm-hmm.
I was here till 2021. So 2020, I don't remember us hanging out that much.
I spent a lot of time with my family, my daughter, making sure that the family is good. That was mostly my focus during the pandemic, aside from like trying to keep this ship afloat and making sure that we're still running as a business, keeping the occupancy full, keeping the musicians coming when they can. You know what I mean? Like we had this one time where they had imposed a curfew. They didn't want people out after 9.
Mm-hmm.
And we had this one band here practicing. It was like 10 at night and the cops came. Yeah.
Oh, I must have not even noticed.
I think there was a psychiatrist on the second floor.
I did notice. No, I'm lying. I'm lying.
You remember what I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
She called the cops because she was a germaphobe, and she's like, "They're doing things up there," and it's like, for Christ's sake,
I was so mad at Nick, bro, for
just
bringing
trying to make some music here. There was only like 5 people in the room, but that was during the beginning of the pandemic when things was at its most craziest.
We didn't know what was going on, bro. I thought I was gonna lose my business too, bro.
You remember driving on the highway?
Empty.
Just seeing like barely any cars out there. I really thought the world was gonna end for a sec there, guys.
I was worried too, man. I started recording people over Zoom, and I realized Zoom recording podcast sucks. There's no human interaction. There's no energy passing through person to person. It sucks. But I definitely thought like, yo, what's gonna happen, man? We have a building full of bands and creatives. People were saying this is life now. This is the end. We're gonna wear masks forever. We're not gonna be able to touch each other, like physically shake hands. And I was like, this can't be life, man. This can't be it. And I started to stay optimistic, but there was like little doubts in the back of my head for sure.
Yeah, man.
Little doubts. One more salute, bro.
Salute. Cheers.
Cheers. But it's crazy.
Getting past the pandemic.
Yeah, we got through it, bro. We got through it. I think me, you, there wasn't too many people I still saw during that time. I was here all of 2020. I left in July 2021. I don't remember seeing too many people besides you, maybe Muggs, maybe Stars. The building was kind of like everyone to themselves at that point.
Yeah, well, the bands would only come after 5.
Yeah.
And when they did come, everyone's practicing social distance and safety regulations. So, it would be small numbers. People would come in and out, just get what they got to get done. Instead of hanging out like the bands would like to chop it up and just hang out sometimes. Yeah. Instead of doing that, straight back to home.
Yeah, I don't remember interacting with so many people. Unless my memory's fading.
But then the people that were coming were only coming to hone their craft at that time.
Yeah.
Because during that time, there was no more gigs on the weekends. Now that gigs are back and venues are back to letting bands perform, it's a lot more lively around here, especially during the week when everyone's trying to get sharpened up for the weekend gig.
Yeah. I bet it feels good to be back, man. 100%.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It feels good.
Thank God.
That was a scary little point in time. We didn't know what the hell was going to happen. Bro. But I'm glad that you have the endurance to go through something like that and not lose faith.
Oh, heck no, man. Are you kidding? My God is a glorious one, a mighty one.
Amen. Yeah, bro. Amen to that, bro.
And I have total faith in my path. and my purpose, and I'm just gonna keep rocking. And that's all I can do.
Okay. Can I ask you like some like questions that would get you in trouble? Not in too much trouble because I'm not gonna let you say any names. But who's the worst tenant you've had up here without saying their name, and what did they do to piss you off?
Ooh, oh, well, you know, I don't want to disclose any information
You just don't
that
gotta
might
go too
make
in depth.
anyone look.
Is it a
bad.
recent one?
But I will say,
Did we discuss it today?
I will say this: when you're dealing with people in general, or you're dealing in the collections game where you're collecting money,
Yeah.
you know, especially from people that owe money,
Yeah.
it's not an easy biz. It really isn't. You know, the mafia used to hire people to break people's legs to handle this type of biz.
Very true.
And I've learned through my experiences, you get a lot more flies with honey instead of vinegar.
King Lex with the proverbs.
So, in that being said, you know, it's not an easy biz, but you definitely have to have a level of patience to deal with the variety of people that you're gonna deal with in the collections game.
I agree.
You know, because the bills need to get paid. You know, the bills need to get paid.
That's the brass tacks of it. And you let me slide a lot, bro. I honestly feel like you cut me way too much slack, man, and I feel guilty about it most of the time.
Don't.
We were hurting.
First off,
we had moments when we were hurting.
What was I gonna do, Marv? Like hold you upside down and shake you for money? Like,
no, I know you would never go to that extent, but I did feel guilty because of the moments where like damn, I know we're gonna have a rough month, and I don't feel bad about the person above you and Glenn, that name which I won't say, but I feel bad about you and Glenn, bro, because you guys looked out for us so much, man. Even giving us this space, which was your office. This was you gave us, me and Juan, the space where you guys conducted business. And like, why did Glenn make the decision? Like, who made that call? Because you didn't have to do that for us.
well,
You gave us this room and the room next door.
you guys needed space to do what you guys had a vision and you were executing that vision, Marv. I saw you, man, and you're still you actually, not only did you execute that vision, but you did it at an even grander scale in Garfield.
Yeah.
And big up to you for doing that.
But we were only here like 4 months, and you guys were like, "Hey, take our office."
Now, you can sometimes, you know, well, first let me just say this.
Yeah.
When it comes to choosing people to come into this community, I go with my gut. My gut is my best friend. I could tell just from hanging out with someone for a certain, you know, even a little bit amount of time.
You tearing me up, bro. You tearing me up.
I could tell when someone's real and when someone's not. I could tell when someone's worth putting time into and someone's not. And you definitely, you're definitely the one, dude. You're definitely one of the great ones.
I will reiterate, this man, him and Glenn, gave us their office to do our business. Damn, like that was crazy. That was crazy. It was definitely crazy.
We didn't need an office. We didn't need that office. We had another office.
I know you guys had a bunch
in place. So, but it's like, you know, for what reason?
It's a matter of trust. It's a matter of trust then, because
you know.
But yeah, man, you gave us a lot, bro. You gave me and Juan a lot, and for the most part, I feel like I was unworthy of it, man. Honestly, everything you did for us, we were unworthy. Bro, our biggest client was Illis Girls Next Door. Who brought Illis Girls Next Door to this door?
That was me.
That was you. They've been with me for 4 years, bro. You brought them here.
Let me tell you something. Before I brought them here, I didn't know them for
a lick of smoke, a can of paint.
I didn't know them for more than like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but I immediately knew that they were serious about what they wanted to do just from talking to them for that brief amount of time. And I knew that you were just the right guy they needed to see.
Lex, you did a lot for me, man. Malcolm, it's Friday Super. He's still rocking with me. The people that you brought my way they're still here. They're still rocking
because
with me.
they're real, bro, and that's what I'm talking about. Anytime I try to give that vouch or put someone in that position where they can do that, it's because I see that they're serious about it. And these guys, obviously, they are, because they're still rocking with you to this day.
4 years, bro. Malcolm has become a brother. I'm going to his wedding.
Shout out to Malcolm. Malcolm's the one getting married.
Yeah.
Shout out to Malcolm.
I'm going to his
Congratulations,
wedding, bro. I'm going to his wedding, bro. Like, it's that crazy. I met him in the Wolf's Den. You're like, yo, this is Malcolm. He's trying to start a podcast. Blah, blah, blah. And I'll be honest with you, the first day I met Malcolm, I didn't know what to think because he has this awkward energy.
Oh, yeah.
He has a lot of awkward energy.
He's a comedian, that guy, man. He's hilarious.
He's hilarious. But I didn't know what to think. I was like, is this guy going to do a podcast? He's so kind of... Malcolm is a brother. Me and Malcolm have argued. We have hugged. We have loved each other. Like, we've been to hell and back. Me and Malcolm have been to hell and back. And you brought him to my door. You brought the illest girls to my door. Those are my sisters. Like, I love those girls. You brought them to me. The 3 podcasts that I've gone to hell and back with is Illest Girls, Malcolm's podcast, which is This Friday Super, and the one that Slim brought me, which is Goodfellas. Me and Slim have argued. Me and Slim have been to hell and back.
Shout out to Slim Gaddafi.
Because we have been next door to each other, and we have very different energies.
Mm-hmm.
Slim is hype. Slim is music playing. Slim
he is an artist.
He's an artist. But goddamn, did we argue? And he still brought me one of my most like loyal clients, and they're still rocking with me. Slim brought them to my door.
That's crazy. You know, and Slim will tell you, I actually brought Slim to this building.
You did bring Slim.
You know, real recognized real guy.
The day I met Slim was the day I was arguing with that knucklehead on the 2nd floor. And you told me not to go down there. You warned me, and I still did it. You warned me. You're like, yo, Marv, what's the name of his business? Bandit something.
Print Bandits. Yeah, I don't care. Fuck
and
that guy.
You were like,
I'll shout him
Marv,
out.
take a hint from the name, bro. And I was like, I'm going to try it, bro. I don't know. He's got a big space. I got to do a video. You're like, Marv, I'm telling you, the name says it all. I won't forget it, bro. You were like, the name says it all, bro. And I was like, let me try it. I mean, Lex, I feel like Lex sometimes just doesn't like people because he doesn't like them. You were so right, bro. I have never been so angry. Have you ever seen me that angry?
Never. Never. You were ready to choke his ass. That shit was hilarious and awesome. But at the same time, I know we were just talking about this earlier too. We both learned a valuable lesson that day.
Oh yeah. He knew how to push buttons, bro.
Mm-hmm.
For as crazy as that guy is, he knew how to unarm you.
And you know it's cool, Marv, because at the end of the day, it's not an L. It's not an L. If you learn from it.
Lesson. I've never been that angry. I was like, wow, how did this guy do it? He knows how to get you angry.
I don't know if you remember a tenant named Vinny.
I wasn't here for it.
Oh no, that was before your time. That was like when I first got in here. When I first got in here, man, I'm gonna bring it back to the beginning, It was they called it the Wild West. He's not.
Oh, okay.
He's actually
there was one guy here that was related to Glenn before I got here.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Ted.
Mm-hmm.
But Ted never rented a room here. He was always just around to help out.
Gotcha.
That's Ted.
No, I didn't know Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny. His cousin is Al Di Meola, or at least that's what he claims. His cousin or his uncle or
Glenn
something.
Had the mafioso in here.
You ever heard of Al Di Meola?
I haven't.
Al Di Meola is in the encyclopedia for like guitar players, best guitar players in the world. He's literally one of the best guitar players. He's in the top 100 Guinness Book of World Guitar Players. Like, this dude is one of the best.
Wow.
He's from Jersey. Shout out to Al Di Meola, because he's actually still performing too. He's still a performing artist.
He was here?
He wasn't.
Oh.
His cousin Vinny was here. My cousin Vinny. And Vinny.
Every Italian has a cousin Vinny.
And Vinny was talented. He he like talented. He has guitar playing skills. He could sing. But at the same time, he has drug problems, loose cannon, PTSD. I think he was a vet. You know, and he definitely pushed a lot of buttons while he was here too. He definitely was an extremist. I could share with you a story one time.
Go for it.
Where he was broadcasting an attempted suicide.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh my God, bro.
And we're talking like in this very room.
Oh my God.
He had the camera on him and he was ready to film himself committing suicide for his family to see.
Oh my God, bro.
And Zenith Star hit me up. He actually banged on my door with Bebe Victoria. And him and Bebe are banging on my door. And they're like, yo, this dude is trying to kill himself. He's on YouTube right now.
Oh my God.
I said, say no more. I grabbed whatever. I had like 2 screwdrivers. That's enough for me. I'm not saying I'm a B&E artist, but I'm Puerto Rican and I figure shit out. So I started prying into the room. Zenith was banging it with his shoulder and we broke into the room and he had a bag around his head.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Ripped the bag off his head.
Oh my God.
Back to life.
You saved that guy's life that day.
And that was before I started working here. That was while I was still a tenant. That's when they called it the Wild Wild West back then because it was crazy.
Wow, bro.
But after, that point in time, I started working here. I got rid of any crazy element I can sense up here, anything that I felt would bring the community down. I wanted it to be just a straight community of live musicians, and active people in the arts and media. This guy was off the rails with drugs, and he had to go. Damn. He was one of the biggest liabilities we had up here.
Wow.
And I'm sure he's doing a lot better now, from what I hear.
Thank God.
And I'm glad he's doing better now.
You kept that man alive, bro.
Shout out to Vinny DiMiola. I hope you're doing good out there. I hope you don't mind me airing out this dirty laundry, but you did put it on the internet, and it was a very traumatizing moment in my life.
Lex, you have seen some shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to bring this up unless you want to talk about it. So tell me, the whole Raven thing. You want to talk about it or no?
Raven, man. I'm not gonna talk about it, but I will say Raven was also one of many life lessons that I need to learn with this world. Because with the music world, yeah, you are gonna have some people that are strung out, lost. You know what I mean? And it's important to recognize this and to do something, as a person conducting business and renting out rooms to musicians.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so adamant about interviewing and making sure that the people I put in here personally are the right crowd. And I could tell because I grew up in Patterson around fiends.
Yeah.
We're talking like I go outside and they're there. I've seen people drive their lives to nothing growing up where I grew up.
You saw a dead person, bro. And I always thought, how did Lex feel the moment he saw it? And now I don't want you to talk about it unless you want to, but damn, bro, like I was like that day that it happened, I was like, I know Lex is like a little fucked up right now. Like, damn.
Oh, definitely. This was someone that, he wasn't a tenant.
He was part of the family.
But he was someone that gave us, he was part of the family. He gave us a hand whenever.
He built this whole shit for me. My whole podcast room.
And we're talking like for the low, he would help you out. Because he was also the type of person, because he was a ventriloquist.
He was a ventriloquist.
He was an artist too. He played punk.
Puppeteer.
Mm-hmm. He knew that when people were serious about it, he could tell and he put his all into it. You know, he helped a lot of people up here build their spaces up.
Yeah.
And
He put that window in that wall.
we're very thankful for him. It was a shame to see him go out like that, or to see what remained.
To see anybody. I've never seen a dead person.
I've been to funerals before. You know, I've seen corpses, but to like find a friend, to find a friend,
I think about that a lot.
The last thing I remember him literally telling me was, "Bro, can I borrow $20? I got you next week." And I never saw him again. I gave him the $20, and I never saw him again. And when I did see him again, actually, I'm lying, because when I did see him again,
you didn't see him again.
He just wasn't here. All that I saw was what was left. And that was once again, like I was saying, it was one of the biggest lessons for me, because this is no joke. This is no joke. If you see a friend struggling or turning to drugs, hard drugs, to cope with life, you have to speak up. You have to do something.
Yeah.
Because there's not any happy ending for that. You know, it's such a end-all decision. And a lot of times they don't even decide. You know, the shit that they're putting out there right now, you know, from what I'm reading, you know, it's just killing people. These people are rolling the dice every time trying to get high. And it's crazy to me. I'm just thankful that marijuana is legal now. So at least people that really feel that urge that I need to get high can do it legally. Don't go out here and buy something that's gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? And this is a harsh reality we live in, man. People are dying every day from this shit, and I do my best to try to keep that element out of here. When I first got the authority to do that, and I remember I was in the toilet. I was in the toilet. I was in the bathroom with Glenn.
Yeah.
We were dealing with some overflow, the urinal, whatever. I was giving a hand because that's what I do. Anything he needed a hand with, I told him, Glenn, just give me a call. I'll give you a hand with anything.
Yeah.
And we're in there, and he's like, Alex, I heard you dealt with this. I heard you dealt with that. You know, he sees me doing things. No one's asking me to do this. No one's paying me to do this. I'm doing it because it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And he takes a plunger and he puts it on my shoulder. He puts it on my shoulder and he says, I give you authority. Whatever you need to do, you do it. All right. You tell these guys, like, we're tired of all this riffraff coming in here. All these people put this place in jeopardy. And from that point on, I made sure that every person I put in here was of good standing.
You did good, man. I can never relate to what you've seen in your lifetime, bro. Damn, Lex has seen it, man. He's been to hell and back, man. That's for sure. And you run a kingdom, bro. That's why I said you're the king, bro.
I appreciate you, Marv. You're a king too, bro. You're a king in my eyes.
I don't know if I've ever done anything to the extent that you've done, bro, because I don't know if you give yourself enough credit either. You don't give yourself enough credit.
You don't give yourself enough credit, bro. You were a tenant here just like I was.
I wasn't dealing with what you were dealing with.
You survived the pandemic.
I don't know.
And where a lot of people would just give up, you went on and started your own kingdom.
Honestly, that was all the B-man on the second floor. He wrote me a check and he said, go wherever you want. That was all him. But
he must have saw something in you too that we all saw.
I hope so. I feel like you've spoken to him more than me. I record a podcast for him. I do a podcast for his business. But the B-man, I don't know what he's thinking sometimes. Sometimes he's like really cool with me, sometimes he's not.
It's hard, man. Most geniuses are hard to read, man.
Yeah, he's hard to read. But he must see something in you also then, because he allowed you to kind of still rule up here.
Well, you know, I look at it as like, you know, I'm just doing my part. At the end of the day, it's all about being like Glenn, my mentor, my father figure.
Yeah.
You know, this guy, Uh, be humble, be great, be humble, be firm, be fair. You know what I'm saying? And just keep the dream alive.
You remember the M Man, the one that used to park in the handicap spot?
Yes.
He was a wild dude.
I can't really say too much or anything negative about the M Man.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of conversations with him too. And I don't know.
He was funny. He was funny.
I'm a poor Puerto Rican boy from the ghetto.
Yeah.
To have a conversation with a millionaire.
Yeah.
Or with a self-proclaimed millionaire.
He used to brag about it.
You know, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna get into any negatives, but he definitely taught me a lot about life as well. He played his part in the shaping of who I am now. Because now,
I believe it.
Right now, my mind is definitely focused on maintaining the business, benefiting the culture, making sure I'm putting the right people up here. Yeah. And the most important thing, and I cannot stress this enough, Marv, my daughter.
Yeah.
You know, I got a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That I need to make sure she's having the best childhood ever. I need to make sure that she grows up to be a good person, not be an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Being around you, there's no way she could be an asshole.
Oh, well, you'd be
you are the kindest. Oh man,
we have our little arguments every now and then.
She's 12,
but she's at that
12.
age. Well, they're 12. They're 12.
Yeah.
And I'm just respectful, humbled, and I feel like there's so much going on that's bigger than me right now that I have to continue to do my best.
Yeah. You're an awesome human being, bro. There's a lot of things that you could come down on, drop the hammer on, that you don't, and you're caring. That's why, I like that you said earlier that's what lawyers are for, because you need a lawyer, bro, because you are.
Oh yeah,
you are a humble humanitarian, bro.
Yeah, I let the lawyers handle anything
let
that's
them drop the hammer. I know you, bro. You're one of the nicest people I've ever met. Definitely better than me, bro. Because
I don't say that. We're all on our journey, bro.
No, 100%. I come down on people hard. I have clients. I have tenants in my new space, and I come down on it hard. Like you really are like a emotion driven person, bro. Thank God, because when you brought me some clients, I should be like, damn, I don't deserve this. Like Lex. I haven't done him right, like for him to bring me so many clients. You brought a lot of people to my door, bro. A lot of people. You used to like knock, I got somebody that's interested in podcasting, blah, blah, blah. Like, look at this space. You did it a lot of times, man. And I can only hope to return the favor so much. And be like, go check out BC Music, go check out Clifton. I can only hope to have done what you have done for me. For sure. Because the people you brought me, like I said earlier, you have been with me for almost 3 years now.
That's because you're a quality person, Marv, and you're just going to keep opening up doors for other people. It's like, you've ever seen that movie Pay It Forward?
Yes, of course.
It's like Pay It Forward, but without the dude getting stabbed at the end, you know? Like, this is, hopefully not, but, this is life.
Yeah.
We're living our lives. We're in pursuit of our passions and our dreams.
Yeah.
And just how I helped create an opportunity for you, you're helping create an opportunity for other people now. Amen. And this is a great responsibility.
Amen.
This is some kingly shit, bro.
The King Lex has spoken. And I'm glad that you brought up movies, bro, because one thing that was the coolest thing to do with you is watch one of your collection of DVDs that you had on your wall. I remember the night we watched Three Ninjas. And you were like, that's Ernie Reyes Jr., bro. I didn't know who Ernie Reyes Jr. was until you spoke of his legend to me. I remember did I watch Last Dragon with you the first time?
Yeah, The Last Dragon.
I think so, bro. You put me on so many classics, bro.
And then he was in the Turtles movie.
Movie night at Lex's in the master, what was your room called?
The Session Master.
The Session Master's room was legendary, bro. I remember Shout out to Raven, not our Raven, but what did he call himself at first? Relentless.
Relentless.
Movie night with him, you, me, and Jimmy, and any extra person that was in the room. Legendary.
Oh yeah, we would only watch the classics.
You had a collection of, yo, this is a classic, right? We're gonna put this on. That was the best, bro. That was the best. You had the Game Gear on the wall. I'm watching the TV and looking at your collection of video game consoles, and I'm like, yo, Lex is a legend. He's the king, bro. He really is the king. Really is the king, bro.
I appreciate
the first time I saw Roadhouse was with you.
Yes.
That was the first time. I only watched it on Family Guy. Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
The kick.
Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
the American legend.
The first time
Roadhouse.
I saw Roadhouse was with a King Lex, bro. And I'll never forget it. You have the collect. I'm looking at this
Yeah,
stuff right
man.
now.
I'm very proud.
You are the collection.
I'm a
bro.
DVD fiend.
Yes.
I go to every flea market you could think of and just look for the best of the best.
You're the best, bro. You are the best. Honestly, you put me on a lot of good movies. And your taste in everything. What would you say is like your favorite rapper of all time?
Oh, that's easy, man. Nas. Nas is my favorite rapper of all time.
Same here. Same here.
Like, there's a lot of rappers that were commercially more successful.
Yes.
You know, and there are a lot of rappers that were, you know, very influential. But Nas is definitely like my number one. When I was coming up, I idolized all his music. I would listen to it, the message,
Yes.
the bars, the delivery, everything. Like,
Favorite Nas song?
One Mic.
Ooh.
Yes. I felt like One Mic was my neighborhood. Like,
Yes.
and I wasn't in Queensbridge. I was in Patterson, but just
Yes.
seeing all the shit going on outside, I'm like, man, you know, it'd be nice if somebody came out with One Mic and says something about this shit.
Favorite rock band?
Favorite rock band? Oof. All right, now here's where, you know.
It's tougher, right?
Nah. Jimmy Eat World.
Jimmy Eats World?
Jimmy Eats World. Or Jimmy Eat World. Is it Jimmy Eat World or Jimmy
I think
Eat
it
World?
eats.
Jimmy
I think
Eat
it's
World.
plural.
Ah, shame on me. They're my favorite rock band. I think it's Jimmy Eat World.
I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say who made the Blue album?
Weezer.
I thought you were gonna say Weezer.
I love Weezer too. Weezer, Jimmy Eat World, and who else is in my top three? Oh, this is hard. Maybe Jimi Hendrix. I love Jimi Hendrix. I love Jimi.
I thought you were definitely gonna say Weezer. I don't know why.
Linkin Park. I listened to a lot of Linkin Park in high
introduced
school.
me to rock and roll.
You know what I mean? But no, exact same here. I didn't really know about like metal or any of that stuff like that. We grew up in Patterson. You just like me. It's all about hip hop, R&B. We grew up with rap music.
Yeah.
P Diddy No Way Out album.
Oof, great album. Great album.
Yes.
Great album.
So much good music. So much dope music.
So what's your favorite Jimmy East World music? Song.
Wait, what?
Favorite Jimmy East World song.
Ooh. Then this is why they're my favorite.
Yeah.
Because so many of their songs are just, it's so hard to decide. You know what I'm saying? Like that Sweetness song I love. Then they got, you know, that's more like an A side. Then they got their B sides like My Sundown. My Sundown is a song they wrote about a friend that passed away. I've lost some friends in the past or people that I cared about. You know, every time I hear that song, I think about the friends I've lost. Oh yeah, you know, Jimmy Eat World is famous for bringing emo rock.
Yeah.
And I felt like
that was our era in high school.
Oh yeah.
High school was all about emo rock.
Emo rock.
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
You know, definitely gotta give
they get credit.
Gotta give them an honorable mention. They were in the top 5.
Was Panic at the Disco emo? I think they were, right? They were.
Considered, yeah.
I think so too, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were.
Like any band where, you know, there was like eyeliner or that was definitely our era. And we were the group of kids that were listening to that off of listening to like D Block, Dipset.
That's crazy, right? Because kids that were like multifaceted, you were listening to like emo rock and really hardcore rap at the same time. At the same damn time.
We were just getting used to mingling with people from other towns.
Yeah.
Probably. I know for me that was the case. Like I didn't know about Linkin Park until I started hanging out with people that were wrestlers because I wrestled in high school. I didn't go to Kennedy High School. I went to Panther Academy.
I know you wrestled at Kennedy.
I wrestled at Kennedy because all we had was a chess team and the robotics team, and we had no wrestling. So it's like that was the school closest to my house, Kennedy. So I went wrestled there, and I noticed some of the kids there were listening to this, and they were put on from other wrestler friends that they had in other schools. And I'm like, man, there's a whole world of music out here that I could get into.
Yeah.
And that's really what sparked me, actually. Linkin Park's Reanimation album.
Oh, my God.
When they just blended everything perfectly.
They were the perfect crossroad for, like, if you're a hip-hop head and you want to get into other music or you just didn't know about other music. They were a perfect... Their first album being called Hybrid Theory is perfect. It was a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite movie of all time? Because you are a movie head. You are a movie head.
That's hard too. There's so many good movies.
I know.
Oh my God.
But there's one that, like, from your childhood that you were like, this put me on to movies. This movie put me on to analyzing movies.
I'm gonna have to say Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee. That one.
At what age did you watch it?
I can't remember exactly what age. All I know
High
is
school or after high school?
this was definitely like grammar school.
What?
Definitely grammar school.
You saw it young.
I saw it and I was like, yo, Bruce Lee is kicking everyone's ass.
He fucked shit up.
And he dropped a lot of philosophy in that movie too.
He was the best at that shit, bro.
He dropped so much philosophy in that movie. And he's like, the way the movie flowed, everything, you're straight out of a comic book, man. Oh my God. Yeah, that movie definitely made me want to like look up more movies from that one. He was like my favorite actor at the time.
Bro, Bruce Lee was not human, bro. The way he moved, the way he spoke, you gotta be like water.
Be like water. And to this day, let me tell you something.
You are like water.
Let me tell you how influenced I was. I when Amazon first came out and they were just delivering books.
Yeah.
I was like maybe 12. I was like, oh my God, I need all the Bruce Lee books, all of them. And I went to Amazon and I ordered them.
He was a philosopher. Aside from kicking ass, he spoke philosophy.
And reading the Tao of Jeet Kune Do helped me get through high school.
Amen, bro. Amen.
Because you going to school in Patterson, you're going to deal with a lot of bullshit.
Yes.
But if you can be like water, you can get through a lot of this shit.
He was perfect at that too, bro. Because he was an Asian man in America. He moved through every culture because he trained white people, he trained black people, trained Spanish people. He really was like water, bro. He moved through every culture. Okay. Did you watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yes.
How did you feel about Brad Pitt supposedly kicking Bruce Lee's ass?
Man.
Were you offended?
I was not offended, and I'll tell you why. Because, you know, one of my favorite pastimes is doing videography.
Yes.
I do a lot of, I've recorded a lot of music videos. Been cameraman to
I've seen
the legendary Stars Coleman.
Yes, I've seen your resume. You got an awesome resume.
Stars Coleman is practically my resume.
Yes.
This guy and here's another person who immediately I could tell is so serious about the craft.
Yeah.
And really wants to go all the way with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he brought out that in me because I've always wanted to make music videos. And to this day, I don't own a camera. I should get myself a camera.
You don't. You've done so much awesome shit behind the camera. You don't have a camera?
Because I know technique, but you know, I've never really needed to own one because every time me and Stars work together.
Yeah.
Stars is also a videographer. He's a videographer for hire. He's so professional.
Stars is fire.
He's got expensive equipment.
Yeah.
He provides all the equipment. So shout out to Stars Coleman for helping me realize that dream.
He's a legend.
He is definitely, most definitely a legend. Stars Coleman. And he's got a movie coming out that
I heard.
I do some acting in, and I help do
you're
some.
in it too?
I mean, I don't want to give away too much, but I'm definitely doing some features in there. I helped with some of the shots there. But Stars is definitely like the mentor in that aspect.
Yeah.
You have to realize when someone is pushing you in that direction.
Yeah.
He definitely he wanted to go balls to the wall with videography and getting this equipment and shooting this equipment. And before meeting him, all my prior training was Pokemon Snap for the N64. That was all the. But that's good because if you've played that game, they really teach you how to set up for a good shot.
Yeah, it is good.
So that game taught me a lot about setting up for good shots, and then working with him just honed that even more. Because he's also a student of the game, and he's also filming, and he directed this movie, the L Ride that's coming out on Tubi soon. Yeah. So that's a big move. Very excited, very excited.
I remember you and when he was it the pimp video? He was like, "Yo, is that guy talking to my mom's?" I remember that day. I remember that one.
Yeah, we filmed a lot of skits together.
A lot of skits.
So many skits. I played his grandma on one of the skits. That was our first skit that we ever did together. I played his grandmother, and I had a heart attack after finding him jerking off in his bedroom. I was just oh no, you're having.
You and Stars have did some legendary stuff, man. Him and Bad Lungs are also very.
That's like the new Method Man, Red Man, right there.
It is. Stars and Bad Lungs are like the new Method Red. Yeah, for sure, for sure. They are the how high of our time right now. Yeah, Stars is awesome. Stars is one of the funniest people up here.
He's fucking hilarious.
He's one of the funniest.
It's like the next Dave Chappelle right there.
He really is. That pimp video, everything he's done.
And you seen him in Whiteface when he does his
I saw him in Whiteface.
Country sheriff or whatever.
Yes, I've seen him in Whiteface.
Hilarious.
Bro. Yeah, Stars is hilarious. Bad Lungs is funny too.
Oh yeah, and Stars just brings it out of us, because he's also the type of friend that you want to have. He pushes you. He'll call you out on your bullshit. He'll call you out when he sees something that's not benefiting you.
I've seen Stars butt more than any other man in human life. I'd be like, "Yo, what up, Stars?" I'd be just walking through the hallway. He'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" Lift up his the back of his shirt.
We've been mooned.
Yeah, I've been mooned
by the finest.
I've been mooned by Stars more than any other human.
Same
being.
Here. This guy has mooned so many people.
I've never seen so much man butt than when I was, anytime I cross paths with Stars. I don't think I've seen so much man butt. It is definitely his calling card. Yeah, definitely. But you are legendary, bro. The fact that you were like, I'm just going to pick up a camera and be a videographer for him. I'm going to do it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you were awesome.
I saw it as, and I still see it, because, we still do projects together. We just shot a music video just 2 weeks ago. If there's one thing I know is that this guy's going to keep pushing. And then in turn, because he's pushing himself, it's also pushing me to be better at that. So, oh my God. And
do you remember the Tekken video we did? You had the nunchucks. What's up, putas?
Greetings, loser. Are you prepared to lose?
Bro, you were like, what's his name? Luis Guzman in that video, bro. You were like Luis Guzman.
Yeah, shout out to Luis Guzman.
Yeah, he's
and shout out to John Leguizamo, one of my favorite actors.
He's coming back in the
Violent Night coming out soon.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, so who's your favorite actor of all time?
I would have to. Some people would say, Daniel Day or something like that, or Marlon Brando, Pacino.
I hear those a lot. Those are the classic answers.
My favorite actor,
go for it,
is John Leguizamo. Yes, I got to shout out John Leguizamo because he came from the bottom.
Yep,
and worked his way to the top.
Yep,
he didn't take no shortcuts. He grinded.
He's the Spanish Johnny Depp because
exactly
he really did spawn He played the short, fat guy. He had to bend his knees the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't stand up straight because he was playing the short, chubby, fat guy, and he was bending his knees the whole time in that movie.
He inspires me because this guy, he dove into his craft. He's done musical. He's done one man
He did Moulin
performances.
Rouge.
Freakaholics.
Oh my god, Freakaholics.
Bro.
Stand-up comedy. He's done it all.
My goodness.
He's done it all.
And now to see him play like a mafia type dude in this Santa Claus movie,
Yeah.
like, I can't wait,
Yeah.
man. I fucking love John Leguizamo. Shout out to John Leguizamo.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend. The last time I saw him was he was in a movie about a cult, and he was in the FBI agent or some shit like that. He was Luigi in the Mario movie.
He was Luigi in the Mario movie, and they're coming out with a new Mario movie.
Yes.
That's coming out soon too.
Back.
But anyone that's seen the original, you're always gonna have two people that saw the original. You're gonna have people that either loved it or hated it.
I love it.
I loved it.
Love it.
I loved it.
I love it. It doesn't make any sense.
But that's the way,
I love it.
Think about it. What is an Italian plumber doing in the Mushroom Kingdom anyway?
With dinosaurs.
It don't make sense. Like, I'm glad they ran with it and they gave their best interpretation. I heard
like, we're doing what we can.
I heard that John Leguizamo.
They were drunk the whole time.
Yeah. These guys were drunk the whole time. Him and Mario were just drinking.
Yeah, they were drunk the whole time. That's why Mario has a cast at some point, because John Leguizamo slid the door on their truck at some point and smashed his hand in. But yeah, they were drunk the whole time doing that movie, so they had fun. But yeah, John Leguizamo's a classic. He's a legend. Moulin Rouge. Did you ever see Romeo and Juliet?
He was in that one too.
He
was in Shakespeare's.
He was in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. He had the tattoo of the Virgin Mary, two giant guns.
Yeah,
that movie's wild.
Yeah,
that movie's super wild.
Yo, John Leguizamo, man, straight legend. Though.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend for sure. What's your favorite John Leguizamo movie?
The Pest.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, weren't they both in that movie?
No, not Marlon Wayans.
I feel like Marlon Wayans was in
what
that
movie was that? I know. Were they in the movie together? That's not this movie. The Pest is the one. You ever read this story in grade school or in high school? I know my English teacher made me read it. It was called The Most Dangerous Game.
Yes, the hunting movie.
And they basically took the most dangerous game and turned it into The Pest. And it was fucking hilarious because he's being hunted by the guy from Coneheads.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd?
No. Oh, what's the dude? Oh, man.
I'll tell you right now.
He was in, man. He always plays a bad guy, this dude. He's such a dope actor, too. I feel so embarrassed. I know he's probably not going to hear this podcast, but
you never know.
You never know, yeah.
You never know.
This dude is fucking a legendary actor. He's been in mad movies.
Jeffrey Jones?
Yes.
He was.
You see him?
Yeah, he was the bad guy in Ferris Bueller.
He played the principal in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, he did.
That guy. Oh my God. Another dope actor. What's his name again?
Jeffrey Jones.
Shout out to Jeffrey Jones.
He's in a lot of movies as the bad guy.
Apologies, because
he only plays the bad guy.
He's a great villain.
He's a great villain. He's in Beetlejuice.
He's in Beetlejuice.
The bad guy in Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, so he was the bad guy in that movie, and it was hilarious because John Leguizamo just like sort of plays himself, but plays like a scam artist.
I remember The Pest. Yeah,
such a dope movie.
Yeah, Jeffrey Jones. Yeah. John Leguizamo was a classic. He's a legend. I don't know if he's gonna get as much credit as he deserves because he hasn't exactly maintained like his comedic status over the years.
Yeah, he's more known as a supporting role, as opposed to like a leading role.
Where like he could play a leading role. He has done it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But like Moulin Rouge, he played like supporting. Spawn, he was the villain. Yeah, like dude.
But he's definitely one of my.
He's done it all.
Definitely my favorite actor.
He's done it all. He's definitely done it all.
You know, and then you got Robin Williams. Robin Williams was another dope actor.
Yeah, man. I feel like every time you say that to me, like you're like Robin Williams of like I'm like, oh, that's big, huge shoes to fill, bro. Cause like the genie in Aladdin, he murdered that role.
Oh yeah,
Murdered Doubtfire, Flubber,
man.
Jumanji.
But this is different. You know, we're talking about the spirit, the energy. You know, to you gotta think about it. This guy also had a lot of handicaps in his career.
He did,
and he pushed through them all.
He went through some shit, and he definitely
And
pushed through it all. Yeah.
I feel like things like that is the most important thing as an artist or as a creative person, is to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Don't ever like. People are gonna tell you you're crazy.
Yeah,
People are gonna tell you should stop. People are gonna tell you, you
they
know,
definitely told him.
there's a lot of negative, of
Yeah.
negatives out there, but you have to like keep pushing.
All right, Lex, you're the king of this place. And all the wildness that you've been through, what has become clear to you? What has like made you say, I gotta change as a human being? You've been through it all, bro. You've been to hell and back.
The thing that made me what? You know, life is always gonna have its experiences, and experience is always the greatest teacher.
Amen, man.
Just gotta stay strong, be patient, don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong, and always work towards doing better. That's all I can say.
Which is enough, man. Lex, you have looked out for me more than any other human being, brother.
You're the man.
You're the fucking
Gnarly
man.
Marv.
King Lex,
Mondo
bro.
Righteousness.
Shout out to Juan. He said, this is King Lex, bro. Your name to me is always King for Lex. You're the king of this shit, bro.
Love you, Marv. Thank
Love
you.
you too, man.